Welcome to the Big Success Show. Today, 4 values that lead to success. Brought to you by FinancialFreedomTool.com. Plenty of money for life.
Big Success with the Professor and Mary-Lynn.
Esther Wojcicki is a proud mom.
She's got a lot of reasons to be proud. One of her daughters is the CEO of YouTube.
Another one is a professor of pediatrics.
And another daughter is the co-founder and CEO of 23andMe.
That is a lot of people power.
Well, you mean a lot of woman power.
Ah, there you go, Mary-Lynn. Well, I'm not a woman, but I am known as the professor. My name's George Kruger. Good to see you.
And I'm all woman, and I am known as Mary-Lynn.
Are you every woman, Mary-Lynn? I don't even know what that means.
Well, this is just an incredible story. Not only, and Esther Wojcicki is quite successful in her own right, and she's an author. And part of the reason she's an author is because people ask her all the time advice on how to be a great parent.
Yes, and so she wrote a book on it. How to Raise Successful People. Simple Lessons for Radical Results.
And Esther's book talks about certain values that lead to success, and we're going to share some of those with you today.
Specifically, 4.
Yes.
Yes.
So number 1
is serving. Yeah, Esther taught her daughters about the importance of serving the community. And she did that not by talking about it, not by telling them they should do it. She led by example. She did it through action.
And found ways to help make a difference in her community, which she says showed her daughters what can be achieved when you truly care.
You know, you can't manufacture caring.
No.
So you have to care. I mean, I think that the sub point to this whole thing here is you have to care. And then you have to act on the things you care about, you know? And so sometimes I think when we talk about passion can, in that sense, can sometimes get a little selfish.
Well, you can talk passionately about things.
Yes.
But what are you going to do about it?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the key.
And so the second point is something you can do about it. You can volunteer.
Right. This is the second value that leads to success. So get it out there, rolling up your sleeves and getting your hands dirty.
And Esther cites studies that show that teens who volunteer have better moods and stay out of trouble. She says there are too many kids these days who are focused only, I don't think this is just kids, who are focused only on themselves. Let me tell you about me, Mary-Lynn. I'm not a kid, but I'm telling you. Well, you know, like all they talk about and think about is what they want to buy, where they want a vacation,
where they want to go to college.
Yes.
You know,
and I mean, those are important things to think about, right?
How good did I look in that Instagram post? I mean,
but these are important things to think about.
Well, it's easy to be self-absorbed. You have to fight that and get out of your own head and think about the world around you.
So Esther encourages parents to get out and volunteer and fight for their communities. Fight to make your community a better community. She says your actions can help children feel empowered to take on the challenges and find a way to contribute. And the way I look at that is, boy, that sounds really entrepreneurial. To understand how empowered you can be to make change. You know, that's a very entrepreneurial mindset.
Right. If you don't like something, you don't have to just settle for it.
Exactly.
Whether it's a job, whether it's the way that your local government is run, whether it's a local organization that is floundering and needs help, you can make change happen.
Yes.
If you get in there and volunteer and put in some effort. Coming up, the value that leads to success and happiness. After this message from our sponsor, FinancialFreedomTool.com. Plenty of money for life.
How do your personal finances stack up to your neighbors? The new Financial Freedom Tool shows you how your income and expenses compare to other people like you, so that you quickly see how to save more money. Learn more at FinancialFreedomTool.com.
We're talking today about an amazing mom, Esther Wojcicki. She's written the book, How to Raise Successful People, Simple Lessons for Radical Results. And her 3 daughters are all very successful people. We've talked about 2 values so far. The third value is selflessness.
Yeah, Esther says people who think that they're the center of the universe. Now, we kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but people who think they're the center of the universe are unprepared to take on causes that could make the world a better place. Because how can you think about making the world a better place when you're so involved with yourself? Right? I mean,
Well, and I love this. She says those who put money and possessions first are often unhappy and unfulfilled because their goals turn them into narcissists.
she says in her book that she's met many a millionaire and even some billionaires who are just miserable.
Yeah.
And it's because possessions are empty.
And money. And I think there are certain people who are money motivated. You know, I mean, if you think about the book Think and Grow Rich, it was written for people who are money motivated. When you look at the 6 steps that Napoleon Hill gives to reach financial freedom, they are very money motivated. For some people that works, but I'm saying that's a tiny part of the people that's going to work for. For most people, there has to be something else. And she says that those who put others first are often happy and fulfilled because their goals create a life of meaning and purpose. And once again, Mary-Lynn, I think about the entrepreneurial mindset, and I think why it's so important. She's describing entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs realize that, you know, the first question to ask isn't how am I going to make money? The first question to ask is what's a problem I can solve?
Yeah.
You know, how can I help somebody else? If I can add enough value in somebody else's life, I will create value in my own. Entrepreneurs realize that they come second. Money often follows, but money is not the core object of pursuit.
Now we're going to go to our 4th value, which is community.
Yeah, where can you help your community? How do you feel called to help? You know, that's an important thing to think about too. You know, even in helping the community, we can get burned out if it's not something we're not passionate about, right? If we don't feel a sense of purpose and calling. So where do you feel called to help?
And if you don't know, Esther suggests that you just volunteer for an hour for a local organization. Maybe go to a city council meeting. Do some research on an issue that affects your neighborhood and see how you can find a solution. So just kind of put yourself out there and find something that calls to you, that speaks to your heart.
And I feel obligated, Mary-Lynn. I'm obligated to add to this whole discussion. You can start a business and help. You can start a business and improve your community. You know, you can, in fact, today, your community is the world or can be the world, or your community can be your neighborhood. I mean, it's up to you. But the point is, don't think this is just necessarily about nonprofit or, you know, volunteering type stuff. This also, all of these points also apply to starting your own business or having your own business.
So to conclude, big success for many people means more money. But it isn't just about how much money you make, or how many vacations you take, or how many professional accolades you receive. Instead, it's about the legacy of service that you leave.
How are you helping others? How will you inspire others through your actions? How can you do more good? Focus on these things and money often follows. That's big success.
Thank you so much for listening today, and until next time,
Here's to your big success.
Find big success at biggsuccess.com.